This is VNN Canada, and here are today's top stories. Somali Canadian activists part of wave of returnees eager to help rebuild. India's youngest judge who never used Facebook or social media. Kohli becomes fastest to 5,000 test runs as captain. Tiger Shroff gets scrapes and minor cuts on the sets of Baaghi 3. And now, news in detail. Almas Iman, who was to be laid to rest on Friday after being killed this week in the country's capital of Mogadishu, is the second Somali Canadian who lost her life this year in pursuit of efforts to rebuild a country racked by war. Preliminary investigations show she was killed by a stray bullet this week in Mogadishu, the peacekeeping mission in Somalia said recently, while some family members at her funeral shouted, "We want justice." The statement by the African Union mission said Elman was hit while traveling in a car recently inside a heavily defended base near the international airport where many diplomats and aid workers have offices in the Horn of African nation. The AU statement said there was no record of a weapon being fired inside the base. At the time, Almas Elman was shot and other stray bullets had been reported previously. It called her death heart-wrenching and unfortunate. In July, Hudan Nalaya, a Somali Canadian journalist who once lived just outside Toronto, was among 27 people killed in a suicide bombing in the country's southern port city of Kismayo. Sri Lankan President appointed an interim cabinet with 15 ministers and vowed to hold parliament election at an earliest date that the constitution would allow. 15 ministers, including his elder brother and Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapakse, was sworn in before President Gotabaya Rajapakse on November 22nd morning. Though the caretaker government could continue till August 2020, it is to be dissolved early March and go for a parliamentary election in April. Gotabaya urged the new ministers not to make appointments on political gains, but purely based on qualification and suitability. He is said to consider qualification and suitability when appointing the senior posts, including chairman and director boards for the institution under ministries, and no lower-ranking posts be filled with those from the poverty-stricken families. We can meet now Mayank Pratap Singh, the youngest judge of India, who has created history by cracking the Rajasthan Judiciary Services Examination at the age of 21. Neither did he go for any coaching, nor has he ever used Facebook or WhatsApp. Mayank topped the Rajasthan Judiciary Services Examination after completing his 5-year law school studies. I took this test after completing my final year of law studies and cracked it as a topper, he says with jubilation. I expected that I shall clear the exam, but I had never hoped to top it. However, the young judge was happy that the government reduced the minimum age criteria to take the test to 21, which earlier was 23. The moment I got the notification of reduction in age, I applied for this exam. He gives the credit for his success to his self-study. I devoted my personal time and space of my studies, which helped me crack the exam, and I became a topper. College studies helped me a lot. Virat Kohli on Friday became the fastest to reach 5,000 test runs as captain of a team. Kohli has taken 86 innings to get to the milestone, thus pipping former Australian skipper Ricky Ponting, who took 97 innings to get there. Kohli reached the figure when he took his 32nd run during the Indian innings on day one of their second test against Bangladesh at the Eden Gardens. It is India's first ever day and night test match. India had been on cruise mode throughout the first day of the test. The first dismissed Bangladesh for 106 and then overtook that score in under a single session. Openers Mayank Agarwal and Rohit Sharma were dismissed for 14 and 21 respectively. Kohli and Cheteshwar Pujara took India into the lead, however, with the third wicket stand between the pair now worth more than 64 runs. Earlier, it was Ishant Sharma who orchestrated Bangladesh's collapse, taking 5 wickets for 22 runs, which was only the second instance of him taking a fifer in a home test. Out of the 30.3 overs that were bowled during the Bangladesh innings, only 1 over was bowled by a spinner. Actor Tiger Shroff has got his first set of scrapes and minor cuts on the sets of Baaghi 3. Tiger recently shared a photograph of his back flaunting his battle scars. First set of scrapes and minor cuts from the battlefield, and hopefully last doesn't look or feel like much until I take a shower. Baaghi 3, he captioned the image. Details related to the third installment are still under. Directed by Ahmed Khan, the third installment of Baaghi brings back Tiger Shroff in a starring role. The film also stars Shraddha Kapoor, Ankita, Lokhande, and Riteish, Deshmukh. And that's all from us today. We will see you tomorrow. Keep watching VNN Canada.